Hello, good day and welcome to this session on role of transportation. By the end of this session, you should be able to define the role of transportation as well as explain the role of transportation manager in a given organization. So basically, transportation is the aspect of every supply chain that is responsible for movement of goods or products from one point to another till they get to the customer or consumer for consumption or use. So it should be noted that transportation is key and is essential in every supply chain so as to get the supplies or the products available to customers on time and in the right quantity at the right place. So transportation helps to create a place utility in the sense that transportation ensures that goods that are required by customers are made available as and when they need it at the accepted or appropriate time or place. So transportation ensures that if a customer is at a given place or at a given point in time, they are able to get access to whatever they have requested for through a delivery or courier service. Transportation also helps to create a time utility where facilitated by a warehouse in a typical supply chain where goods are stored. As and when goods are needed, they are made available to customers. That is the time utility aspect of transportation. Transportation also helps to create time utility by ensuring that goods are made available to customers as quickly as possible to meet their needs. So in a given economy or in a given country, transportation is key to create economic stability as well as social development. Even though some of the roles or the importance that transportation plays is usually overlooked, or the benefits that it offers a given country is usually assumed, but it hasn't been tested or proven. Going deeper into what transportation or the role that transportation plays, you would realize that transportation is a key contributor to economic development in every organization, every economy, because it offers significant benefits to organizations who in turn contribute to economic development. So, as a result, because of the insignificance of transportation in a given country, we usually take for granted the transportation networks that are required to make deliveries on time and to ensure that organizations meet the demands of customers on time and in full. So it is essential that the role of transportation is realized in every economy so that the necessary infrastructure required for investment or required to enhance transportation for organizations would be improved or would be put in place. So in every organization who is committed to transportation management, there is usually an appointed or a designated transportation manager who is expected to be knowledgeable in several areas in addition to transportation, because as we saw earlier, transportation is the aspect of the supply chain that links or serves as the node in every supply chain. So transportation links suppliers to manufacturers, and transportation also links manufacturers to customers. So as a transportation manager, you're not only necessary or required to be knowledgeable about vehicles, but you're supposed to be knowledgeable across a wide variety of themes. For example, you should be knowledgeable about network planning, scheduling, and geographical knowledge or geographical information. So you are commuting or you are moving goods from one point to another. Hence, all these information are necessary so that network planning will help you to know the number of actors in a supply chain and what orders you are expecting to transport at every point in time in the supply chain. Scheduling will also help you to move goods at the right time in the right quantity. Then you should be also knowledgeable about Or the transportation manager should also be knowledgeable about the operations of an organization, as well as vehicle technologies and the capabilities of these technologies. They should also be knowledgeable about licensing and legal compliance in the given country that they are operating. Then commercial management, that is accounting and financial control in terms of their role as a transportation manager. Then staff employment, welfare, training and development needs of the organization, as well as the health, safety and environmental management. So what are some of the health factors that you have to consider if you are using a given track? What are some of the health factors that you're supposed to consider when you are using a motor? What are some of the factors that you have to consider given the selected or an appropriate transportation mode? Then you also have to be knowledgeable about transportation trends. So for instance, if your organization is heavily vested in petrol or diesel fueled vehicles, you have to keep abreast with the fact that diesel is highly contagious to the environment. So if you are keeping up with trends, you realize that there have been the release of electric cars which release little or no emissions into the environment. So you have to keep up with some of these trends in the technological or in the transportation sector so that you know the transport modes to adopt for the organization. So you have learned about the roles of transportation as well as the roles of a transport manager.